Hey, beautiful souls! In today's video, we dive into joy, the sixth attribute in the Wheel of Wisdom series. Stay with me as I share some of my personal experiences on how I found and continue to find joy in the most unexpected places. I'll also be sharing exercises that have helped me and a few secrets along the way. Hang in there and let's dive in. What if joy isn't a fleeting moment to chase, but something we've carried within us all along, hidden beneath the busyness of life, the challenges, and even our daily routines? What if joy isn't waiting in future success or perfect circumstances, but quietly lingering in the moments we overlook or try to avoid? This is a journey of uncovering that kind of joy, a forgotten treasure waiting to be remembered, not found. I'd like to share with you a story that took place quite a few summers ago, many summers ago, and it was a late summer's day, and I adventured deep into the wilderness of Algonquin Park. I left work with my canoe on the roof and camping gear packed the night before. I'd arrived at the park and set off on my favorite lake. I paddled far beyond the nearest campsite into a world void of people. I was craving solitude. It didn't take long to set up camp on the shore of a quiet lake, surrounded only by the hum of insects and the steady rhythm of the water lapping against the shore. Within a few minutes, the sun had dipped below the trees, leaving me wrapped in the stillness of night. I came here to find peace, but peace didn't come right away. In the profound silence, old memories I hadn't thought of in years resurfaced. I ended up recalling childhood moments that I'd buried and forgotten about. My boarding school days, when I pretended I was fine, even though I was homesick every evening, feeling abandoned, alone, and scared. Then the storm arrived. Thunder rolled across the sky, rain beat fiercely against my tent, and the wind howled through the forest. As the storm raged outside, all the emotions I'd long suppressed mirrored its full fury within me. I was completely caught off guard, and had accidentally allowed myself to feel all of it. Every buried memory, every ache I thought I'd left behind. Finally, when morning arrived, everything had transformed. The storm was gone, and in its place, a gentle stillness filled the air. Mist hovered over the lake, and the magical wail of a loon was calling from the water. The surface itself reflected a sky washed clean. In that moment, I felt joy. Not just relief, but a profound, unexpected joy. Joy wasn't about things being easy or perfect. It came because I had allowed myself to be fully present with everything, even the hard parts, almost by accident. And that's when I realized joy isn't the absence of struggle, it's what we feel when we stop resisting the fullness of life. So what stopped me from feeling joy? Well, I ran from difficult emotions, subconsciously thinking joy can't coexist with them. I was convinced that I'd be joyful when things improved. By focusing on where I wanted to be, I missed the joy waiting in the present. Here's a simple exercise to help you connect with your emotions. Find a quiet place to sit for 10 minutes. Tune into your emotions, whatever they are, without judging them or changing them. Just let them arise. Notice how it feels to allow your emotions to exist without resistance. This practice creates space for joy by making room for everything you feel. When you make space for all emotions, joy naturally arises alongside them. When I was a kid growing up in Kenya, life was anything but predictable. There was always noise, movement, and surprises. Yet everything seemed to flow. It was like a dance between people and nature, and the unexpected. Without realizing it, I was living in joy. Not because everything was easy, but because we moved with the rhythm of life instead of wrestling with it. Years later, oddly enough, I felt that same energy again in the Dominican Republic, where I was attending a breathwork retreat. From the moment I stepped off the plane and into the taxi, I felt an unexpected joy wash over me. It was like meeting an old friend I hadn't seen in years. Through the taxi windows, life pulsed with energy. Motorbikes zipped between cars, people crossed the streets boldly, political slogans blared from loudspeakers in a complete, what felt like absolute chaos. Yet, there was no frustration. There was no anger. The honking was not angry honking, it was just, I'm here. It felt like everyone was moving to the same rhythm, a shared, unspoken dance. As I sat in the back of the taxi, a thought occurred to me. Joy isn't about controlling the chaos, it's about dancing with it. The people around me didn't resist life's unpredictability, they trusted it. They surrendered to the rhythm. That moment brought me back to my childhood in Kenya. Joy is found not in trying to control life, but in trusting its flow. Joy comes when you let go, when you stop trying to force life into our expectations, and instead allow it to carry us forward. When life didn't meet my plans, I resisted it, and in turn, I end up blocking joy. Letting go feels like losing control, but it's often where joy lives. In trying to control the outcome, I forgot to enjoy the process. Here's a simple exercise the next time something doesn't go according to plan, whether it's a delay or an unexpected twist. Pause. Instead of reacting, ask yourself, what if this is part of life's dance? Take a breath and move with it. This exercise helps you trust life's flow and opens the doors to joy. When we release control, we create space for joy to find us. While at the Breathwork retreat in the Dominican, I spent hours breathing deeply, exploring places within me that I usually ignore. With each breath, I felt tension unravel, emotions coming to the surface, layers of stress I hadn't even realized I was holding on to. At first, the practice felt, uncomfortable, as if I were stepping into something unknown. I remember thinking at the end of the first day, man, I'm not surviving this week if the rest of the days are like this. But you know what? Breath by breath, I began to trust the process. I surrendered to the discomfort, just as I had during that storm in Algonquin Park, and in the bustling streets surrounding the retreat. That was when something shifted. Beneath the tension, beneath the stories I told myself about how life should be, was joy. Pure, expansive, waiting for me to notice it. It wasn't joy because everything was perfect. It was joy because I made space for it to rise. I realized that joy isn't something we need to create. It's our natural state, waiting for us beneath the surface. So what was it about breathwork that enabled this joy to unfold? Well, breath grounds us. It brings us back to the present moment. Breath releases tension. It helps us let go of what we're holding on to. And breath invites presence into the presence. Joy naturally arises. Here's a simple daily exercise you can do. Spend 5 minutes focusing on your breath. Inhale deeply for a count of 4. Then hold for 4. And then slowly exhale for a count of 6. Now, imagine with each exhale releasing tension. With each inhale, visualize joy filling the space that you had created. This practice will help you reconnect with the joy already inside you. Joy is as close as your next breath. When you create space through breath, joy will find you. Joy isn't something I needed to search for. It's not waiting for me in the future or hiding in perfect moments. Joy is already here, now, woven into every part of life. If we're open enough to see it, it's in the storms we face, it's in the chaos we embrace, it's in quiet moments of solitude, and in the lively hum of the world around us. The truth is, joy is always with us. It's not something we need to achieve, it's something we need to remember. So today, I invite you to pause, take a deep breath, and trust the flow of life. Even when it feels messy or uncertain, joy isn't waiting for things to be perfect. It's waiting for us to show up just as we are and dance with life as it unfolds. Once I began being compassionate to myself, things started to shift. Life didn't suddenly become easier. The demands of parenting, working from home, and supporting Jen's career, they're all still there. But something inside me softened. And that's when I realized joy isn't something you find, it's something you notice. For so long, I'd convinced myself that joy was a distant goal, a reward waiting at the end of a perfect day. But I had it all wrong. Joy began showing up in the little things that once felt like tasks and are now opportunities to be present. It was as if joy had been whispering to me all along, but I'd been too distracted to hear it. If I really want to step into joy fully, or in a sense, perfect joy, I need to be disciplined enough to consciously see joy in all the small details. With our thoughts and intentions, our universe mirrors us, and the small details become our complete experience. Perfect joy will evolve into peace and love. And that, beautiful souls, is the forgotten treasure of joy, rediscovered, remembered, and lived. Now I invite you to embrace joy with me. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And if you're finding joy through these reflections, I'd love for you to join me for the next chapter in the Wheel of Wisdom series. Together, we can keep discovering joy in life's quiet moments and share that joy with others. Thank you.